Kolpak is very much in the news with Kyle Abbott and Rilee Rossouw of South Africa recently saying that they have become Kolpak signings for the county of Hampshire, so they have closed the door on their international career with South Africa. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put on my learned glasses for this one, because this is very involved. Let me just say what a Kolpak player is. A Kolpak player is eligible to sign for a county cricket club in England only after he's given up the right to play for his country. What is a Kolpak ruling? You have to go back to 2000 to a Slovakian international called Maroš Kolpak. He was a handball player playing second division handball in Germany. It was ruled by the German Handball Federation, who stipulated that only 2 non-European Union players could play in that league. They said that Kolpak was ineligible to play. He couldn't play in this league because his country was not part of the European Union. Slovakia joined the European Union in 2004. This was 2000. He had been playing since 1997. So he felt that he couldn't play in Germany for his second division handball club. He took it to a German High Court. The German High Court took it to the European Court of Justice in the European Union, and the ECJ, the European Court of Justice, ruled in favour of Maroš Kolpak. They said he could play, and that would give him freedom of movement and the right to work within any of the European Union states, because Slovakia, even though they weren't in the Union at the time, had a European Union Association agreement in trade and industry. So Maroš Kolpak won his ruling in the European courts. It also had an impact on cricket. Cricket nations such as Zimbabwe, South Africa and the Caribbean nations are all part of the African, Caribbean and Pacific group, the ACP group of states. They signed the COTONOU agreement with 15 member nations of the European Union in 2000. Now that agreement was mainly for trade and industry and to the eradication of poverty in various regions of the world. So in 2003, the Kolpak ruling was significant because it allowed cricketers from the Caribbean, from South Africa and the African country Zimbabwe their right under this European Union agreement, the Cotonou agreement, to play cricket in England, because England, Britain, is part of the European Union. Therefore, significant signings in the past have been from South Africa. These are Kolpak players. Faf du Plessis, Neil Mackenzie, Colin Ingram, who plays his cricket here at Glamorgan County Cricket Club, Ryan McLaren, Alviro Peterson, Alfonso Thomas, Jacques Rudolph plays here, but he's an overseas player, Ashwell Prince, and from Zimbabwe, Murray Godwin, Andy and Grant Flower, Brendan Taylor, all Kolpak players. And from the West Indies, Dwayne Smith, Pedro Collins, Corey Collymore, and from the Netherlands, Ryan ten Doeschate, who plays his cricket in England for Essex. And of course, recently, it's now Kyle Abbott and Rilee Rossouw who've closed the door on their international career for the Proteas, and they will play for Hampshire. As you well know, Britain voted last year for the country, the people of this country voted to leave the European Union. Brexit. Brexit is the British exit from the EU, from the European Union. So we don't know, nobody knows, not even the government, and the British Prime Minister Theresa May is at this moment negotiating with Europe how Britain leaves the European Union. We don't know how that will impact upon cricket and Kolpak signings, which probably explains why Kyle Abbott and Rilee Rossouw have quickly signed an agreement, Kolpak, to play for Hampshire. I can't say any more than that because I'm not a politician. I'm going to put my glasses down and I'm going to read, like you at home, to see who's the next Kolpak signing. It might be the last because we don't know whether Britain and how Britain stays with or without the European Union. That is Kolpak.